Please subscribe to our channel, Pacific Front Untold, and be sure to leave a comment after watching a video. The early 1900s marked a breakthrough in how the world produced and consumed cheese. Emulsifying salts, invented by Walter Gerber and Fritz Stettler in Switzerland, is a type of chemical that disperses water-phobic caseins through the exchange of sodium for calcium. This then allows smaller particles to diffuse and suspend in liquid. More basically, emulsifying salt enables control of the melting and textural properties of whatever it is mixed with, specifically as it relates to cheese. Melting cheese with emulsifying salts creates a cheese-like product that is homogeneous. The cheese is then able to withstand extremely high temperatures and has an extended shelf life compared to other traditionally made cheeses. The discovery of this reaction resulted in the first creation of processed cheese. This processed product was capable of being made and sold at an incredibly low price, since one could simply use leftover material from cheese wheels or other cheese products. Both Gerber and Stettler would never guess their invention of processed cheese would become as influential as it is today, with the technology adopted by food companies in the U.S. and around the world. Of course, one name associated with processed cheese is Kraft Foods. During World War I, the U.S. military purchased over 25 million quarter-pound tins of white cheese from the company for distribution to its soldiers. Some historians credit this purchase for the rise of Kraft's eventual dominance in the processed food industry to this day. By the Second World War, all branches of the U.S. military were using processed cheese to feed service members in several ways, including cheese on toast, cheese sauce for vegetables and potatoes, and cheese toppings for pasta. However, during this time, the U.S. military also sought to find new ways to create and package meal kits for its soldiers. This led to military funding for research in shipping and cheese storage. The research was pioneered by the Quartermaster Corps' Subsistence Research Laboratory, who focused their attention on dehydration and compression. Scientists removed the water and reduced the volume of cheese within a serving of whatever product they were testing. Under the direction of George Sanders, a scientist with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the cheese was dehydrated via drying chambers, pounded into bricks, and then eventually fine dust. This was the creation of cheese powder. By the end of the war, the Quartermaster Corps had warehouses full of surplus food. Since a sudden withdrawal of wartime contracts with food companies would have drastic economic effects, the government decided to create a temporary federal agency, the Surplus Property Administration, that would sell off Quartermaster Corps food at bargain basement prices. The agency started first with the excess powdered cheese inventory that was flexible enough to be used by itself or as a flavoring. Not only was the shelf life of this newly created product extremely attractive to food corporations, but it helped begin the new trend of snack foods that were also beginning to hit the market. In 1948, the Frito Company debuted the first cheesy snack food in the U.S. using the cheese powder it purchased through the U.S. military. Developed by Charles Doolin, this new snack was created by extruding cornmeal and water, puffing, firing, then coating the newly finished stick with the dehydrated cheese powder, thereby inventing one of the country's most popular cheese snacks, Cheetos. Fast forward to 1986, when the Cheetos mascot Chester Cheetah was created by art director and designer Brad Morgan. While he maintained creative control for the mascot's commercials, Stephen Kane wrote the original taglines, which consisted of the cool, sly mascot saying things like, "It ain't easy being cheesy," "The cheese that goes crunch," and the current tagline, "Dangerously cheesy." Today, the cheesy snack comes in a variety of flavors and shapes, including Flaming Hot, Chipotle Ranch, White Cheddar, Cheetos Puffs, and many more. It is sold in more than 36 countries with flavors, shapes, and composition adjusted to meet a region's cultural preferences and tastes. Take, for example, Taiwan's seaweed Cheetos, Canada's ketchup Cheetos, and even strawberry Cheetos in Japan, all of which owe their existence to the development of processed cheese and its powder derivative.